أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. النحو الواضح Volume 1 ابتدائي level Part 2 Rule number 41 and 42. Name of the lesson الاسم المنقوص وأحوال إعرابه. منقوص noun and its Arab conditions. Definition of the terms used in this lesson. Manqus noun, ism manqus is a mu'arab noun which ends with original ya, al-ya al-lazima, preceded by a kasra carrying letter. Al-ya al-lazima is the letter ya, which is one of the original letters of the word. Let us examine the noun al-jani. Its last letter is ya, and the letter which precedes ya is carrying kasra. This is a manqus noun. Some more manqus nouns: al-qadi, al-munadi, al-baghi. You should note that the letter ya which comes as the last letter of these manqus nouns carries sukun. Mostly this sukun is not mentioned. Now in the textbook, 4 sets of examples are given, each set carrying 3 sentences. In each set, a manqus noun is used first in the rafa case, next in the nasab case, and then in the jar case. Consider the first 3 examples which are formed using the manqus noun al-jani. Now in the first sentence, the manqus noun al-jani is used in the rafa case because it is fa'il. In the second example, al-jani is in the nasab case because it is used as maf'ul bihi, object of this verb habassu. In the third sentence, al-jani is preceded by a preposition harfu jar which makes al-jani majroor in the jar condition. We observe that in the rafa condition, al-jani ends with sukun, ya carries sukun. In the nasab case, ya has fatha. In the jar case, it has, the last letter has sukun. Likewise, next set of 3 sentences using the noun al-qadi. In the rafa case, al-qadi. In the nasab case, al-qadiya. In the jar case, li plus al-qadi, lil-qadi. Third set of sentences, al-munadi. Third set of sentences, al-munadi. In the rafa case, halat rafa, al-munadi. In the nasab case, al-munadiya. In the jar case, ila al-munadi. Fourth set of sentences with the manqus noun al-baghi. First sentence, rafa case, al-baghi. Second sentence, in the nasab case, al-baghiya. Third sentence, in the jar case, al-baghi. Now we will see the explanation. The words al-baghi, al-qadi, al-munadi and al-baghi in the above mentioned examples are mu'arab nouns. Each of these nouns ends with original ya preceded by a letter carrying kasra. These nouns like other mu'arrab nouns resembling them and ending with original ya are called manqus nouns. A simple usage: one manqus noun we say al ism al manqus or ism manqus, singular form. Plural form al asma al manqusa or asma manqusa. Next paragraph in the bath. When we analyze these nouns, we find them to be marfu in the rafa case, nominative case in the first group. First group, farra al jani, adal al qadi, and then nad al munadi, yandamu al baghi. In the first sentence, they are in the rafa case, nominative case, because these manqus nouns come in the first sentence, first example in each set as fa'il. As for the second sentence, each set, these manqus nouns are used as maf'ul bihi and therefore they are in the nasab case, mansub. Here, habastu al janiya. Second, nahtarimul qadiya. Third, samitul munadiya. With fourth manqus noun, yakrahun nasu al baghiya. All in all the second position sentence, these manqus nouns are used as maf'ul bihi and therefore they are in the nasab case. In the nasab case, they end with fatha like other nouns. In the third sentence, in each set, they are used as used in the majrur condition because of the preposition that precede them. But we do not find the primary endings in these nouns. What are the primary endings? In the rafa case, the last letter should end with fatha. In the nasab case, the last letter should end with fatha. In the jar case, the last letter should end with kasra. But here we do not find these primary endings in all these three sentences. Why is the nasab condition ending with visible and the endings of rafu and raj conditions are hidden? In the nasab condition, it is visible. We can see the condition to end with nasab having fatha over the last letter. Whereas in the rafa and jar condition, in the rafa condition we do not find dhamma. In the jar condition we do not see the kasra. The reason is the manqus noun ends with the letter original ya, and this original ya is very light to pronounce, and it is very light to pronounce the letter ya with the vowel mark fatha. But it is very troublesome to pronounce the letter ya with the vowel marks dhamma and kasra. I repeat, the reason is the manqus noun ends with the letter original ya, and it is very light to pronounce the letter ya with the vowel mark fatha. But it is very troublesome to pronounce the letter ya with the vowel marks dhamma or kasra. Hence, manqus noun shows its nasab condition with a visible fatha and shows its rafa condition with a latent dhamma and its jar condition with a latent kasra. Qaida 41. What is 41 qaida? Al-manqus huwa kullu ismin mu'arabin akhiruhu ya'un lazimatun maqsur ma qablaha. Al-ism al-manqus is a mu'arab noun ending with original ya which is preceded by a letter carrying kasra. Rule number 42. تقدر الضمة والكسرة على آخر المنقوص في حالتي الرفع والجر. أما النصب فيكون بفتحة ظاهرة على الآخر. منقوص noun ends with a latent dhamma in the rafa condition and latent kasra in the jar condition. As for the nasab condition, manqus noun ends with a visible fatha. Wa akhir da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.